Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Behind the Screen. I am your host, Jason Azevedo, and this is your somewhat spoilerific behind the scenes, behind the screen look at what we do here at RealmSmith. And it's not just about our series Into the Mist or even Tides of Wildmount, which we ran last season. It's about any questions that you have at all about what we do here at RealmSmith across all of our shows. But this is kind of a DM's view, and it's intended mostly to be able to kind of look at last week's episode, yesterday's episode, and to ask the questions of what I was thinking while we were playing the game, and kind of those burning questions of what you think about Curse of Strahd, and if you're running it yourself, the questions that you have about decisions I've made, and so on and so forth. So happy to have everyone here in the chat. I am going to really quickly bring up all of the questions, and then we're going to do some announcements real quick, and then we'll get going. Sorry for the delay in starting today. I just had to take care of something that unfortunately put me a little late, but here we are. And happy to be here. First off, I just want to say thank you to everyone for watching, and especially a major shout out to our Smith Guardians, who really are the backbone of what we do at RealmSmith, and that includes our producers, Julian and Josh, our Smith Guardians. And then our newest addition is Anomalous. I always do this. Anomalous Zip. Is joining us as the newest member of our Smith Guardian crew. She is, I guess, the Maid Marian to our merry men. And I asked her very clearly to keep the boys in line. That is her primary job and position. So thank you so much for joining us, and we're really happy to have you. Also, just wanted to give a huge shout out. Avre is the system, for those of you that are in the Discord, that we use for doing roles in Discord. D&D Beyond recently acquired Avre, and it's our integration of D&D Beyond into the game, so we can actually roll in the Discord and role play that way. But we've had community members of our own who have actually started to write code, and I'm going to call them technomancers. That is my key phrase. I've just said it. And we just want to thank Jay Fink, Silas, and Just Jack for doing that, as they are bringing more breadth and depth to what Avre is able to do. And we are super thankful to them for doing that. Another huge announcement for us. This coming Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific time I'll go this way, to 1 p.m. Pacific time, we are holding a one-shot. I can now tell you it's called Cold Hearted Killer. It is one of the opening adventures of the Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign setting in Icewind Dale, which was released today. And so I will be announcing this. It hasn't been announced on socials yet. We'll be announcing it tonight, and we announced it last night. We have an incredible cast that's joining us this Sunday. You want to join us for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. That is 11 a.m. Pacific to 1 p.m. Pacific on Sunday, September 20th, and that's 2 to 4 Eastern. Nora, of course, who is a RealmSmith mainstay, will be joining us, as well as Xander Jeanneret. Xander has been on Relics and Rarities and a bunch of other D&D shows. He's a mainstay in the D&D world. We have Musa Kryesh, who was in American Gods, played Djinn, as well as a bunch of other shows and TV shows. And if you go to his IMDb page, you'll see how many wonderful, awesome things he has been in. And he is fairly new to the D&D world, but super excited to play. We have Kaylee Bray, of course, who is a D&D mainstay. We have Tennessee Martin, who is a newcomer to streaming, but loves D&D. And is a great talent. Of course, the wonderful B. Dave Walters, who we've had on this show before, and you can see all across the internet doing all kinds of D&D things. If there's D&D, B. Dave is usually involved. So that is this Sunday. So pumped and excited to have them at the table, and I will be dungeon mastering them through that as part of an incredible event to support Extra Life. Also, I don't know if it's the case yet, but our Discord has a bunch of different camps across Barovia. And just to explain it for those of you maybe that are new to RealmSmith, the way this works is in our Twitch channel, you can subscribe at tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. If you do that, you get certain bonuses and benefits within our Discord roleplay community, and they roleplay via text, and then they have quests that a lot of our Smith Guardians send them on that affect the live stream, and the live stream affects them. Last night, the players during our live stream actually encountered something that happened, the aftermath of something that happened in the Discord community. So it's all a very interactive, cohesive world, and it allows our viewers and our community to actually affect the gameplay at the table, which I think is fairly new, and I don't know if it's ever been done before. So you guys can check that out. Recently, they had a bunch of camps spread out around Barovia. They've now come into a main central camp at the foot of Mount Gakis. And just the other day, we released a document, a new guide with upgrades for those camps. And the upgrade for a palisade around this camp in order to help defend the camp from all of the horrible things that Barovia has to offer, it cost 100,000 bits. And my understanding is they raised 57,000 just last night. You guys are insane. You're incredible. And of course, it takes resources to do this. So that is our way. This whole Discord thing is our way of saying thank you for what you guys continue to do to help us to move forward and continue to do this. The resources that you guys pay for through your subscriptions and through your bits to support the stream helped us to continue to do this. So I know that you guys are getting close to building that wall. If you decide before the end of the session, I don't want to rush it, but if you decide before the end of the session, I have an updated map that I will show you of the walled camp. So I will wait for that to come through. I will wait in our Discord here, Smith Guardians, and you can give me a go ahead with the map thing if that happens. If not, that's fine. I'll release it on the Discord. You guys can see it later. But I am excited to kind of show you guys all of that stuff. Really pumped. I think that's all the housekeeping stuff. And I was a little late, so let me jump right into the Discord here, and we can get some of your questions. Again, if you want to ask a question tonight, and it could be anything RealmSmith related at all, just write question in caps before the question, and the Smith Guardians will add it into the document that they have running here with all of that. If you have a comment, same thing. Just write comment real big so that we can see it there. There's a mod request public service advisory. That's MRUPSA. MRUPSA. That's the acronym for that. Only 26 people have signed up for the next round of Discord quests. Signups are set to close tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern, guys. Please, we want everyone to sign up. Make sure that you sign up. And we have a special surprise for those at Tier 3. So stay tuned for that. But what that is, folks, is that our Smith Guardians run quests for our Discord members throughout the next number of weeks. And that is over Zoom, and it's an actual full-fledged D&D kind of short one-shot quest. So check that out. Okay. All right, so I've got some ones from previous streams that I can answer here, and keep them coming, folks. All the questions, keep them coming. We need a Bruno icon for Twitch. Add a bell rosette. I will absolutely consider that. Right now, we don't have our full amount of emojis that we can add yet. But we will, once we do, maybe we'll add a Bruno. Mizik2401 says, love all the shows of RealmSmith. They helped me through a dark time together with the Discord community. Guys, Mizik, our hearts and our thoughts and our support is with you. We are in this together, especially through this pandemic. And this pandemic has its way of kind of getting under our skin and into our bones and dragging us down. And I just want to tell everyone that we weekly get comments like this of people saying that they, this community, the Discord, and what we do at RealmSmith gets them through another week. Somebody just today commented that this is one of the treats of their week. It was to watch the VOD version of our stream on Tuesdays. So thank you so much for saying so. That is why we're here. That is why we continue to press through and continue to do it. This fun, of course. We love D&D, and this is just all fun. It's also a lot of work, and especially thankless work for people like our Smith Guardians and our producers and such. So I just want to say a massive thank you to the community for continuing to hold each other up, because there is no more important time probably in the history of mankind than right now to kind of be together and unified for a purpose and there for each other. Rick Rolls America is a question. Rick is Rick Ankney, who used to be painting Happy Little Minis and Game Trade Media. You've seen him all over D&D-dom, and he's a really great friend of mine and of the RealmSmith crew. And he joined our Discord the other day, actually last Tuesday, I think he joined us. And I don't know if he's watching tonight, but he had a question from last week. Do you ever go to conventions? Which ones normally? And do you do classes there? That's a great question, Rick. And you know the answer to that because you painted in one of my classes. Yes, we do conventions. Right now it's all virtual, unfortunately, just like D&D Celebration 2020 this weekend is going to be virtual. But when we get conventions back, we will absolutely be at conventions. We will teach painting classes again, I'm sure, with Vallejo and WizKids, and Rick will join us. You can check out Rick Rolls America. That's RickRollsAmerica. He was traveling and touring all kind of the game shops across North America, I think. I don't think it was just the States. I think he was going to do Canada as well. I don't think he's been doing it because of COVID, of course. But it's a pretty awesome initiative and a fun little thing that he does. Okay. Zip had a comment. Jason, for a Canadian, your Canadian accent is terrible. Listen, I didn't practice my Muskoka accent last night. Ask it. My Muskoka accent last night before I did it. I just decided to do it. And then afterwards, I realized something quite obvious. Oh, this is bugging me here. And that is that Muskoka has a higher kind of pitched voice when he speaks. Oh, it's okay. Like if I did that, that's a bit better than whatever came out last night. I don't even know. Well, I don't think so. It's kind of like, it's in that frame. Anyways, I will practice it for the next time Dave's not at the table so that I can do it properly and do it justice. But thanks for pointing that out, Zip. All right. JCLC, question. Do the players still have the root stem from the Shambling Mound? They fought it in the dungeon under Death House. Is Velaki going to get an unexpected Shambling Mound infestation? Great question. Yes, they still have it, and yes, it is still in their pack. But a little spoilerish kind of warning. The Shambling Mound actually can't kind of, unless it has plant matter to gather, it can't really do anything. It won't grow. It'll just stay dormant until it gets that plant matter. So once they've buried it or placed it in a place of sludge or waste that it can start to kind of like grow, then it'll grow over time. And then, yeah, they could have a problem. I love this name. I'm your Huckleberry 12. Because I was talking to a friend the other day about Tombstone, the movie, and wanting to watch it. I'm your Huckleberry. Love that show. Haven't watched the stream in like 9 months. Loved last night's stream. Thank you. And love this weekly stream review. So happy to be back. Question. Do you ever have the players' special guest Tuesdays in person or virtually, sometimes so fans can ask questions directly to players? Yes. We've had guests, but on this show, typically we have guests who are DMs from other realms and other shows and things like that. We've had a bunch. We had a V Muse from the crafting, who is the crafting muse, and from WizKids on the show. We've had B Dave on the show. We've had Nora on the show. So yeah, we've definitely have shows, players, but Joel typically has players, and if you go back, they're not on Twitch anymore. We need to upload them to YouTube. So we'll upload all our shows, and you'll see some of those interviews and those questions that have been asked of some of our players over the last 2 seasons. Jinxie asks, duet with J. Joel. When are we going to see it? Spot, you're on it. Yeah, on the spot. I guess I'm assuming that was from the mod saying we're on the spot. Yes. That'd be great. Joel and I have sang before together. He does it a lot more on stream, but you never know. I will drop it in his ear and we'll see. I put Joel on the spot last night that he has to do another song on Thursday for Players Table, so hopefully he will. And you guys can hold him to it. Finke213 asks, how long did it take to gather all your tabletop accessories for making this session so immersive? Finke, only about a couple years, I want to say, because a lot of it was bought ahead of time, but now with all of our partners and our sponsors, we get a lot of this stuff donated to us by our sponsors. So all of the Dwarven Forge stuff, Joel and I built the set, I built the table, and so yeah. Oh, so those of you that don't know, this little potion bottle here lets us know if you guys follow us with a purple flash, and if you subscribe to us with multiple purple flashes. So thank you for, an anonymous gifter gave Bullet Tukit, a tier 1 sub. Thank you for doing that. Guys, you guys are the best. Thank you for that sub. Mr. Carrot, thanks for letting Project Silver Wolver Sterling happen, LOL, and sorry about the harness and the teeth caps. For those of you that don't know, the Vistani have a crafting system within their world, which allows them to build stuff and then actually feed it into the actual living game world. Part of that is when the players actually visited a camp and our Vistani community showed up on screen, they talked them into making a baby Bjorn for Falfur that Sterling is going to wear. And I know it took a while to craft it, 10 days actually, because some of the rolls and Alfred didn't go so well. But no, don't apologize. It's great. But last night was a tip of the hat to our community, mostly given kind of just having Dimitri and Falfur go back to Ladari and fight the T-Rex. That was all for you guys, and just that was it's kind of like a tribute to the community. A tribute to the Discord, a tribute to our Realmers in a episode, which was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I still haven't gotten the thumbs up for this map. I'm dying to share it, guys. I'm dying. Maybe I can anyways. You guys have to let me know. Bulituket. I don't know if I'm Bulituket. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Question. What was happening in your head when Falfur was going to use the arrow of vampire slaying on the dino? I think it was pretty obvious what was going through my head. I was like, dude, no! You don't waste the arrow of vampire slaying on a T-Rex, and it's just a normal arrow. It's not even going to do that much damage to a T-Rex. Anyways, you guys heard what I said to him. I wasn't going to let him make that decision. Falfur would have made that decision, I don't think. I think he's probably smarter than that, so I wasn't going to let Joel make that decision. But I understand in the moment, not knowing what to do, I think maybe Joel thought that the arrow was still more powerful than a regular arrow if it wasn't slaying vampires. Anyways. DJ Cuddlesworth. I love that name. Any chance of a Mighty Nine crossover or one-shot royale? Ooh, a great question. We've gotten this one before. We've had Matt Mercer on both of our shows, both of our streams, both this one, Into the Mist, and Tides of Wildmount. And in conversations with him, I told him that we're not planning on ever having any of the Mighty Nine show up in our game unless it's the actual players playing those characters. on stream. Maybe that'll happen. It would be wonderful if it happened sometime. I probably will at some point. But as of right now, there are no plans in place. Edible Rosette comment, my players are in Vallaki now. They have met Vasily von Holtz. Will you use him in your campaign? Maybe. No spoilers. I won't say anything more about that, but I have considered it absolutely. There might be an appearance, although he did show up in description once. I'll just say that, and I wonder if you guys caught that. JCLC question, is there any chance the characters could lure one of the zombie T-Rexes to Castle Ravenloft? I would love to see Strahd's reaction. That's a great idea. Very cool idea. Plaid Introvert asks, I have not played since 2nd edition in high school. Watching the stream has really got me interested in playing again. Any advice on finding a group to play with when existing friends have no interest? Keep up the good work. Really love you guys and Canadians in general. Thank you. I love Canada too. And I know the world in general kind of likes Canada's like the nice neighbor to the north or northwest or wherever you guys are from. But Plaid Introvert, I will tell you this. And I'm biased, but I think the best place to get back into D&D is to join our Discord, even with Twitch Prime. At Twitch Prime, it doesn't cost you anything. It helps us out. Join our Discord, and when you do that, the community is so great that they will help you through. You can start to kind of ease into kind of text roleplay and then go on one of the quests. And that is a great way to play D&D online with people who love it. And it's virtual. Apart from that, there is like a looking for players sort of forum on our Discord as well. And there are like if you use some of the virtual tabletops, like Fantasy Grounds or Roll20, sometimes they have communities that you can look for friends. So there's lots of abilities to do that. Y'all in the chat can kind of tell him, y'all, you guys can tell him or her what they should do. But that being said, check out our Discord. It's a great way to kind of get into it and learn 5e and learn the rules. And everybody is very welcoming and super helpful. So that's a great way to do it. Another comment from I Am Your Huckleberry. Was hoping a Sirenscape version of Jurassic Park would start playing as the zombie T-Rex was stomping up. Right? That would have been really great. But that does remind me that we do want to create a couple more Sirenscape sound sets for Curse of Strahd, for Into the Mist specifically. It's not Curse of Strahd specifically. It's not branded D&D, but it is our own kind of sets that we've been putting together that you can buy on the Sirenscape site. And I think you guys have been enjoying it. Everybody always asks about the music and the sound effects that we use in game. And so it's always fun to do that. It's been so crazy busy at RealmSmith with everything going on that I haven't had a chance to sit down and build a lot of sets. I've kind of been reusing the stuff that we've done before, but I'm going to start doing that again very soon once I wrap up some of the projects that we're trying to wrap up right now. All right. Currently out of questions. If you do have a question, a burning question regarding last night's session, anything like that, please do post it. But because we're kind of halfway through, we might as well and kind of transfer over to what we typically do in the second half of this show, which is ask you guys some questions. This is your ability to kind of, this is your ability to give us feedback on what we're doing, how you enjoy it, what you like about our stream, what you liked about the episodes, all of that kind of stuff. And so questions can still come through. The Smith Guardians can add those questions to the document. I have it open. But otherwise, I'm going to ask a couple questions, and I'll look in the chat and see what's going on. There is 2 questions here, though. Is that the Rebel badge on your hat? It is the Rebel badge on my hat. This is a super cool hat I got at Disney World, actually. Disneyland, sorry, in California. On that side, it says Rise of the Resistance. On the side, it says Resistance Fighter. And it is a very cool hat. I loved it. We went into Galaxy's Edge, and it was incredible. I did that last summer, I think it was. So Really cool and really fun. I'm Your Huckleberry asks, how many nat 20s were rolled, and was that a stream record? It wasn't, I don't think, a stream record. I think the most 20s that were rolled actually was the night that we did Founders and Legends, and it was the premiere. Was it the premiere? Whatever it was, whatever game we played, Founders and Legends, it all kind of blends together now. We rolled a lot of nat 20s, and every nat 20 resulted in money being donated to Extra Life. So, yeah, I think that was the record, I think. Bernardo Paiva asks, who would be your Mad Mage guest? In Discord, somebody, Nikolai, gave a great idea. Luke Gygax. Funny you say that. Stay tuned for that. Tam Good's question, that's all I'll say. How many nat 1s did Dimitri roll last night? I lost count. See, the problem with Dimitri is this. Stealth is not a good thing for him, especially because he has a -2 to dexterity. So even if he rolls a 2, it's still a 0. If he rolls a 3, it's still a 1. It's really bad. Last night was really bad for that. And they came pretty close to dying. Adam told me that Dimitri had 2 hit points left after being bitten by the T-Rex. Last night, we could have lost the player. And everyone says that, oh, you don't kill enough people in Curse of Strahd. That's not my job. But last night, Dimitri almost did a good enough job himself of trying to do that. So, yeah, it was pretty insane last night. It was really great. And he also has disadvantage on stealth. That's right, Bullet Touquet, because of his chainmail. So, too funny. Dimitri Burrito, that was great. Oh, man, what a great episode. All right, questions for you guys. This is a question specifically for the Discord, and for those of you that are in the Discord community. What do you how do you guys feel about the collective camp at Gakis as opposed to all of the camps that were kind of spread out? I think I know the answer to this, but that were spread out across it. Are you enjoying the new kind of unified camp more than the spread out camps and all of that stuff? You guys can answer that using comments in the chat. Just say comment, and then you can comment, oh, man, I don't know. Tuesday nights, I'm always yawning, and I think it's because Monday nights, my brain is still going a mile a minute after the stream. Yeah, and friendly fire definitely didn't help Dimitri. Oh, man, Joel. Oh, poor guy. The unified camp gives more RP options and interactions with all the camps. That's what Mizik says. I agree. I mean, narratively, that's where things were going, but I'm glad that we did it because I think you guys are more fans of that right now. And we're just kind of learning as we go along, so it really helps to get that kind of feedback from you guys as we play. I am going to switch my Sirenscape a little bit here, up here a little bit. I am going to use the Wagon Journey sound set, which is what I use when they're in the Vistani camps. There we go. And I'm using the night setting for our room because I just felt like, a little low-key. This is like our usual setting, which is really bright. And, of course, this is initiative. But I like kind of the night setting. It's cool. That was kind of the mood I was in. Jinxie says, I like being able to RP with everybody and not running from camp to camp. Adabelle Rosette says we need a Bruno icon for Twitch. Shadster, it's better combined. That was from Gnomish Arcane. Tam Good says, I like the unified camps. I like the unified camp. Can interact more with everyone like we did at the Bloated Cup in Tides of Wildmount. Agreed. It is certainly a different dynamic than when we were all spread out. Makes it nice for newer players to interact with everyone. Scuba Studio says, it's a bit harder to scare them when they are all in the same place. Challenge accepted. You guys can blame Scoop for that one. Hilarious. All right, so my feeling is that you guys much prefer kind of being all in the same camp. Finke, generally I like it. The interaction with everyone is awesome. It does get busy, which can be a lot to many, but it's manageable, enjoying the new unified locations. Yeah, and hopefully having all the kind of the little camp areas allow people to be heard more. That's also one of the big concerns, and was one of the big concerns with Darktoe, was that everyone was kind of in there and people get lost, and we have to be very careful when it comes to new players who come in and are just overwhelmed. So, but like I said, we're working on it. So funny. B. Fisher says, I miss my built forge at Camp Ludari. Good point. Good point. Do we have that wall yet? I'm just teasing. We should build one on a cart. That's a good idea, actually. Very good idea. What did you guys think of the smaller group last night? So kind of the intimate two-player version. Brandon wasn't feeling well, that's why he wasn't live, and Dave was out of town. Sterling and Nora had other things to do. Sterling had some crafting stuff to do, and Esmeralda needed to go do some things as well in the narrative. It was nice. We wanted to kind of make it a bit more intimate, change it up a little bit. How did you feel about the two-person side quest last night? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Love to hear your thoughts on that. It made things move faster for sure. That's true. So less players around the table, not as many people in the initiative order, not as many initiative steps to go through or characters to go through. It's true. Very, very true. It was interesting. The battle definitely went a lot faster. Missing everyone though. Adabel Rosette says, possible TPK against the zombie T-Rex. Also was great getting to see Dimitri and Falfer bonding, and that's another thing too, right? The ability to really focused role play was great. Missed the dynamic between all the players. Plus, easier for the players to get killed. Felt a bit like a side quest, which is good sometimes, and the duo was really fun. And that was kind of the idea. It was a little bit of a side quest. I enjoyed it, Crystal Tonics says. I enjoyed it, though it does make me appreciate having a full table for players to RP off each other. Yes. I did find that there was a lot of kind of dead space, which there isn't really as much. Just because there's only two people, and if that ends, and I'm busy kind of with bookkeeping stuff or DMing tasks, that it tends to get a little quiet at certain points. But again, I think it was nice to have a little bit of a side quest sort of scenario there. That was really fun and really great. Starving Poet says, I really enjoy the dynamic between Falfer and Dimitri. They are very funny together. Yes, they are. I don't know if it related, but everyone seemed a lot chill on the break. Interesting. It was really chill, actually. The break was really super chill. Last night was a chill, and I think I needed a chill week. So I'm glad it worked out that way. And it was nice to have the producers come in and talk to them about it. And yeah, it was really, really chill last night. And having only two people and a bit of a side quest, and a lot of it was kind of improv. From a DM perspective, I knew where I wanted to go and I knew what had to happen, but it was a lot of improv. And so that's just a lot less stress on me, I guess, as a DM, and a lot less to focus on, so I can have more fun with it. And that probably came through. It was a good option for when players can't make it. I agree. I agree 100%. The other issue, too, is obviously you guys know that we've been having Zoom issues the last couple of weeks. So it was good to not necessarily have to deal with that for the second half of the show. Yeah, I agree. Tam Good says, fun with those two getting themselves in trouble. JCLC asks, so finally this season will be 14 or 16 episodes long. 16. Well, okay. Let me find out. I'm going to finalize that. Joel said 16. And I am going to find out right now. Let me see if... I'm calling Tim, and Tim doesn't get enough thanks because he's not involved as much on the day-to-day stream stuff. But Tim is a member of our board and is also the man who deals with all of our operations. He's like our operations director. Deals with the scheduling and the billing and all of that stuff. He's played on our streams before. The comment is, it was enjoyable, humorous, and at the end, terrifying. I agree with all of those sentiments. He's not answering because it's close to his bedtime. Okay, here we go. I'm going to look at this calendar right now. We're going to finalize how many shows we have left. So today is the 15th. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 episodes left. That was just episode 9. Yeah, 16. 16. Joel's right. Joel is right. So we have 7 left, which is great. That's lots of roleplay time, lots of a chance to get through, and then we're back to Tides of Wild Out. That's a great last question I'm going to ask everyone. Are you guys sad that Into the Mist is going, not into hiatus, but that we're moving into Tides first season? Do you want Into the Mist to continue, or are you happy to get back to Tides of Wild Out and the narrative and the story and the streams? Also, for the Discord folks, how do you feel about now these Vistani characters that you've grown to love and then kind of putting them aside and then going back to your pirate characters? Love to hear your thoughts on that, folks. And then, of course, there's a lot more people who have joined now who now get brand new new Wildmount characters that they didn't have before. While I'm waiting for those answers, Bernardo Paiva says, downloaded the guide to the Vistani version 1.2. Nice work, guys. Starting to get the playing itch. Good stuff. I like that. You should join. Bernardo, check it out. Try it out. And Bernardo says he's been thinking about going tier 2. I hope so. Welcome. Would love more Tides, Gnomish Arcane says. I love Tides, but Into the Mist is my favorite stream, Kelsey says. Vixen says, I'll be happy to go back to Tides. Cool. I like that. Jazzfall, who's John, says, muito bom, rapaz, which means very good, boy. Or, yeah, friend, really. It's more of a... sorry, I am Portuguese, so I absolutely understand. Will be new at Tides of Wildmount, so new character love Into the Mist, but looking forward to Tides too. These guys are talking in Portuguese. I love it. Comment. It took me, this is Mr. Carrot, it took me a bit to get into the skin of my Andre, but I love him dearly now. That being said, I miss my Zemnian artificer. And of course, Jaswal says, Você fala português? Yes, I do. Portuguese was actually my first language. And when I was 5, went to school, started learning English. I am first generation Canadian. My parents are from the motherland, both born there. Tam Good says, oh, that's hard. I love both. Into the Mist is my favorite campaign. Shakem says, "Sorry, I have forgotten or missed it. Do Prime subscribers get to join the Discord?" Absolutely. So if you subscribe with Twitch Prime, you will be put into Tier 1, which means that you will be a gatherer within the Vistani community. You'll create a character, you can roleplay, all that stuff. Absolutely. Finke says, "It will be interesting. I am looking forward to going back to Tides." A question, so 18 Tier 3s, 16 new boats. Just kidding, just kidding. Just wondering what the plan will be. Great question. We're working on it now. You'll find out soon. Don't you worry. Comment from Bulutiket. Happy that Tides continues. I discovered RealmSmith with this campaign. Had to watch first season to Strahd to catch up. I now love both a lot. Thank you very much. B. Fisher says, I'm excited to go back to Tides and get my floating shield back. Adabelle Rosette says, looking forward to more Tides. Switching between the two gives me something to look forward to. Can't wait to see Bolt again. Agreed, right? So that's our thought. Our thought is, it makes you want, long for the next season. You get excited, it builds, and then you have chance. So people have chances, like they did, to catch up on the season before. If you have a long ongoing season, it's very difficult for newcomers to come in and jump in because you feel like you have to watch. At this point, it would have been 30 episodes or something like that. I think it's helpful to have kind of seasonal things, just like a show on TV. Everybody's really looking forward to it, and the anticipation of Mandalorian season 2, which trailer looks awesome, coming soon. There's anticipation that builds for that, and that's kind of why we decided to go this way. Will Christina be returning to Wildmount? That is still, we're not sure what the cast is going to look like for Wildmount yet, but stay tuned for that. Into the Mist has been helping me prep my Curse of Strahd campaign, so I will miss it. I guess I'm going to have to start Tides so I can watch live. And Adabelle says they think it's a great strategy to do seasonal approach. And then you never know what else is around the corner. There's been questions about Rime of the Frost Maiden, if we're going to do anything in Icewind Dale. There's a chance, tune in on Sunday, where you guys will see us get into that. And a little thing too, if you're interested in seeing some more of our stuff, our older campaigns are mostly on YouTube. The episodes that are missing from YouTube are on Facebook. Crazy, I know we have to migrate them. It's a huge job. We got to migrate them over. And it takes a long time to do that. If anybody wants to do that for us, and is interested in helping us out, let us know, because that is something that a lot of people are asking for, and we haven't been able to do it just because it takes a lot of resources and a lot of time to be able to record, basically on-screen record Facebook show and put it into and upload it to our YouTube channel. It's a big deal. But yeah, if there's anybody out there who is good at video editing and video capture and would be interested in helping us out with that, anybody in the community, let me know, because there is absolutely an opportunity potentially to do that and to be involved there. That'd be great. All right. I think that is all for today. I have not gotten the final okay for this camp, so we are going to wait on that image. If we don't show it tonight, we will absolutely show it next Monday. But if you're in the Discord, you will get the updated map as soon as it's officially built. Yeah, so we're still waiting on some votes. So it's not going to happen tonight. Sorry for getting your hopes up potentially, but you will see it in the Discord. Stay tuned, Vistani, for that. 2 more questions. I'll take them because I was late starting. Shakeums King asks, with Strahd being a level 1 to 10, are the characters going to progress onto another campaign? Maybe. We'll have to find out. Adabelle Rosette asks, have you looked at doing Tomb of Annihilation? Yeah, we looked at all of them, but I feel like Wildmount gives us the opportunity to still do jungle and dinosaurs and all of that kind of stuff, as well as just natural stuff, so we can kind of get all of that genre into that stream. So I don't think we'll do Tomb. You never know, eventually, maybe. But we've done Horde of the Dragon Queen. We did a bunch of Forgotten Realms. We did Sentinels of the Storm, which is Storm King's Thunder in the Forgotten Realms. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. Again, if you're interested in being involved in our community, definitely check out our Discord. The link is in the chat. You can follow that link. Go and check it out. You can try it out for a month just by using your Twitch Prime account. It's free for you, helps us out for a month, and then you can decide if you want to continue and even get up to Tier 2, Tier 3. And you can see already that the Tier 2s, Tier 3s are really cool perks that happen. Sometimes you even show up on stream live on our show, as well as some other really great perks that are coming up soon. Not only in the roleplay world where you get your own wagon, Vardo, and all this kind of stuff, but also really cool perk for being a tier 3 we'll be announcing soon. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you very much. Once again, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. It's incredibly important during this time. And we will see you Thursday night for Players Table. Sunday for our D&D Celebration stream. There is no Nolzers this week because of that, because it's D&D Celebration all weekend. And then Monday for episode 10. So pumped. You guys have a wonderful night. Take care.